Our quest to race the world's best mountain bike races has, at long last, taken us back to New Zealand. This time for the Volcanic Epic, a 5-day cross-country stage race on some of the best trails New Zealand's North Island has to offer.
That was fun!
In the previous episode, you saw us tackle the prologue and the Queen stage, racing against tough competition amidst the towering redwoods of the Whaka forest. Macky and I are both in contention for an overall podium, but times are tight, with me missing out on a stage win on day 2 by a painful 32 seconds. But the great thing about stage racing is that you can get up the next day and try again. This video is going to be one of big contrasts. First, we'll be racing on the magical, otherworldly Okaitana Walkway.
Okay, here's where it gets steep.
Charging through native bush and towering ferns. Then we'll head to Taupo, where the dry, dusty corners feel a lot less otherworldly, in fact, quite a bit like home. It's going to be 2 big days of charging hard on the climbs, taking risks on the descents.
That was something!
And above all, remembering why we do this. Doing these kinds of events would not be possible without our team on Patreon. To say thank you, we post these videos there first. You can watch the third and final part of this series on Patreon right now.
Look at all these smiling, happy faces. How are we feeling, team? A little bit like you did a Queen stage yesterday?
My whoop score is 12%.
How you feeling?
I would have liked a lot more sleep than I got. Pretty tired.
Last night I woke up thinking about the shuttle ride and like how bad I'm gonna have to pee.
I hadn't even thought about tomorrow.
So add that to your list.
Why are we the same person, Joe?
So my question is, do you think it's better when the two of you to get together because you can sort of like laugh at each other and realize how ridiculous your worries are, or is it worse because like Joe mentioned something that you hadn't thought to worry about and now you're worrying about it?
I think there's a reason that like we're both married to people that don't do this.
It helps to just say them out loud and know that other people are feeling the same thing.
Mackie is like, I've never worried about that in my life.
Well, that's what's frustrating. I tell Lo, like, I'm gonna have to pee so bad tomorrow on the bus, and she's like, it'll be fine.
Today's stage involves a 30-minute shuttle ride to the start, which you'll be pleased to hear both Joe and I survived without incident. And then we'll be doing a 20-mile point-to-point race along the Okaitana Walkway. While Walkway may sound mellow, don't be fooled. This stage features the most hellaciously steep climb of the race. On the bright side, we also get what is rumored to be the best descent of the week, before hopping on some gravel roads to traverse back to the finish. Total climbing for the day will be right around 3,000 feet.
Well, the shuttle was pretty short, so we're here, and we have an hour and 20 minutes until race start.
Oh, can't complain about the scenic views on the warm-up. However, the road I was trying to warm up on just ended anyway. So it's beautiful, but we're gonna have to find somewhere else to go.
The fucking over there were forest.
You should have lined up in front of Mackie. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Get another day. We are ready to race on that start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Enjoy it!
Neutral start that's actually a reasonable speed. This is good.
Okay, so here we go. It's a mass rolling start, neutral start, and I'm already going backwards really quickly. But that's what I do. I start near the front of my group, and I ride my ride. I go backwards, and I don't care because it's the second half that I want.
Oh guys, this is why I don't do road racing.
So here it is. I'm riding my pace. I've been sitting in sweet spot all the way up this road, pretty much completely out the back of the entire field. But I'm used to it, and it takes so much patience. I just want to go with the riders that I was with yesterday, but I know I can't.
Off the road, at least for a moment. I don't know if this is, yeah, I guess maybe we're climbing on this stuff. This is where it gets real steep. 1,100 feet and 2.3 miles.
I ended up catching up to the back end of the group that had dropped me on the road by the time we got into single track. However, I had definitely made a tactical error here because there were about 7 people between me and Priscilla, who's leading the women's overall, and obviously the passing is not going to be great on this section.
Okay, here's where it gets steep.
Well, that backfired a little bit. I was hoping to be able to ride the steep part, but it was too narrow to make any passes. But I made a few. I'm definitely back up to the back end of the mass group, so hopefully I can find some spots.
A brief respite. Brief being the key word.
On this super steep, loose section, Brent, who I'd spent most of yesterday's stage riding with, slid out and came off his bike, and I was able to close the gap enough to get him back in sight, which provided some good inspiration to keep pushing.
Getting real close to the top. That was much faster than I expected.
I had gotten a chance to pre-ride this descent earlier in the week, so shortly after this section, when the trail opened up a bit, Brent let me by so I could lead, and we could try to catch up to first and second.
This is a sweet descent so far. Gotta keep our wits about us and just go. We'll camp in here.
Okay, here we go. I'm descending. I've passed a lot of people. I've had some whoopee moments. Woo! Oh, thank you. Sorry, I got help. Thanks. Enjoy. Whaka! Give me more. Give me more of that.
Okay, this is the biggest climb on this descent. Looks like it's 350 feet over like 1.7 miles. Just gotta go nice and steady up it. It says this climb's a little more, but if so, it's not much.
Gotta make those joyful noises. Makes it so much more fun.
I just motored my way through like 10 dudes. Sucky. Okay, it's pretty.
Oh man, such a good descent. Now we pedal out this flat stuff to the road, and then I think it's dirt road and then paved road, and then a little bit of single track at the end.
You can go ahead and let it go. On the last one.
Are we close?
For sure. One.
I ended up dropping Brent on the descent, so as I came out onto the road, I knew I wasn't going to have anyone to work with and was going to simply have to time trial the road section all by my lonesome.
Yikes. Yeah, it was fast. Oh man. This is all I got right now though.
Yeah.
Go, go, go. I went really hard to stay with you on that climb. I was like, I cannot let Joe go here. I was going cross-eyed. If I let Joe go, I'm gonna blow up and like these 10 guys are gonna pass me and then I have to repass them all back. So I have to stay here. Oh, that hurt a lot.
One of those sections where whichever side you're on, you feel like maybe the other side's better.
Yeah, it was extremely fun, but a little scary to ride behind. We're just gonna do our best to not die.
Okay, back in the forest. 2.5 miles to go.
We're gonna run a trial. This is Macky Franklin. Welcome home, Macky. Another stage in
Nice,
the
guys.
bag.
Oh, excellent. That's what I was hoping for. Oh, that was so fun.
Open men's competition.
Man, that was a good
Macky.
one.
I set a second best all-time 10 and 20 minute power, which I'm very pleased with because this is day 3 of a stage race. And then Coach Mike commented on my ride and said, your normalized power was 105% for 90 minutes. Definitely went hard, was much closer to first and second than I was either the first or second days, and it was longer than the first day, so that's awesome.
Yeah! Woo!
And good community and girl power.
Oh, yeah, girl
Good
power, fun,
job.
and community. That's what we're all about at the Shimano Volcanic Epic.
Nice
Good
job.
times are out there. Do you know what? Everyone is
That was
throbbing
solid.
on the stage. They are having the bestest time. So
I gave you bad
good
information
times.
earlier.
Stage 3. We are mid-race. We've got 2 more to go. The cokes are being handed out.
We have a huge gap.
How did it go for the team today?
Like I did so much work on that descent. I crushed that
I
descent.
love you say
and
not
then,
so techy. Those climbs
got
were
past by like
technical
80
today. You
dudes
have
on
to
a
have
flat
your
road.
Right. That was deadly, eh? Well done.
I'm trying to bridge up to these 2 guys to see if I can get in their draft, but I'm feeling like I'm just short of pulling it off. Oh no.
Yeah, Shawnee!
Nice work, Sean!
All right, Lo had a little interaction with a bush today, apparently, because she has birds all up in her hair.
I high-sided on a rut and double ejected. You're welcome. To the fans.
I feel like a little orangutan, like picking the bugs out of your hair.
I feel like I made a lot of tactical errors. Like I had reasonably good legs. I just like was always in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Today I tried my damnedest to get away from Sid, and she just kept showing up. But she'd take off on the downs, and then I'd claw my way back to her, and then she'd put a bunch of people in between us, and then I have to get around like...
That was my one moment that I was like, I might have just put the nail in the coffin for Joe if he did not get around this squad of like 6'2".
It's worth noting that I was ahead of Joe at the end of the descent. I feel like this is important information. For the mountain biking part, I was ahead of Joe. Here's the scene this morning. Laundry over here because it started raining last night. Total chaos on the floor. One more chaos over here.
Freaked out, insecure, neurotic, and no, what is it?
Up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
There you go.
So everyone's fine.
Susie's feeling fine.
Just fine.
There we go.
I asked Susie how she was feeling, and she said fine. And I was like, wow, really? And she's like, well, I'm questioning my decisions. I was like, oh, phew, I was afraid that like you were one of those weirdos who just doesn't get nervous. And she's like,
Cole? Cole
yeah,
supposedly
like,
doesn't get nervous.
Cole doesn't
Oh,
get
yeah,
nervous.
cool.
How you feeling, Cole? You're fine too. Yeah.
Struggling to finish my oatmeal concoction this morning.
Chocolate blueberries. Choco blues.
The sparkle fairy has come for me.
Don't.
Sparkle wants out. Finally, someone not infected with the toxic masculinity.
Right, it's my boy.
Oh yeah. Sparkly.
Yay! So many fun!
Glitter watts for Suzel. Yes.
I mean, okay, sure, I'll glitter watt, why not?
Peer pressure doesn't get to Macky.
Yeah, and then you gotta do it too.
He won't do it, he's lame.
like that, but pretty much.
Well, you're gonna have that glitter on when you go back to school, by the way.
I'm not completely concerned about that.
Alright.
In all situations, you just have to control what you can control. And if something out of your control happens, you have to like immediately be like, well, that's not my fault. There's nothing I can do about it. Now how am I going to deal with it?
So Cole's over here eating pasta with barbecue sauce and Parmesan for breakfast. And then this right here is the wall that Sid has constructed to block her view of Cole's breakfast.
It's hard enough to eat the oatmeal in the morning without seeing someone put barbecue sauce on pasta.
Today, the circus is moving to Taupo, about an hour south of Rotorua, for a pretty unique stage at Craters Mountain Bike Park. It's also the first day of the 2-day event, so it will be Cole and Susie's first day of racing. We've put a camera on Cole today, so you can look forward to his updates from out on course.
It's on now.
Yep.
And I would hit it once to turn it off.
You hit it one more time to turn it off.
I'm
how are you
feeling
feeling?
hype.
Feeling hyped?
Yeah.
This stage is 24 miles long with 2,600 feet of climbing, and if this map is anything to go by, at least that many corners. So here's hoping that less climbing and more turning will play to our advantage.
Day 4, Volcanic Epic, Taupo. Here we go.
We're gunning it out. And stay in point 1.
Clearly, while warming up, I should have checked out the start and noted how quickly it went into single track with limited passing. If so, I might have lined up earlier to get a better start position and pushed harder when the gun went off. Instead, I found myself pretty far back with limited passing opportunities. Poor Sam and Connor, though, the two guys who were leading the race overall, lined up even farther back at the start, so we're stuck behind even more people.
Oh, the vibe is high. The fans are loving it. Sending riders out on course. Our 2-day Italy hitting riders phenomenal time out here today.
Race has started. Feeling good. We have this massive line of people. I really got to start really early. Don't know how to feel about that, but I can't pass anyone.
All right, thank you. So I know the passing's lousy, but if you see a spot. Awesome, thank you.
My main objective was to make it through the chaotic start and stay on Priscilla's wheel for as long as possible, and so far so good. Things definitely got messy shortly after this clip as we started getting passed by guys who hadn't gotten as good of a start, and I ended up gapped off a little bit going into the first climb, where that gap proceeded to get bigger. However, I was able to stay within sight, and I kept on the gas in the hopes that a descent would allow me to catch back up.
At this point, Carrie and I had finally caught up to Brent. Both Brent and Carrie are racing in the 40+ category, so technically at this point I was leading the open men, my category. I was pretty sure that Sam and Connor were working their way through the field behind us though, and would catch up soon.
Tell drinking is going to be hard on this course. So, got to get the calories in when I can. So, didn't record it, but it's a huge mess of people. And I looked around everyone. Pretty good, finally. But slowed me down a good bit. But I'm just gonna keep cooking.
Over the past few minutes, I'd been looking behind and seen that Sam and Connor had finally gotten around the rest of the field and were gaining on us on this climb. This is the point where they finally caught us, and since I knew they'd been climbing stronger than us the last few days, I offered to let them by.
You guys just say when you want by. We figured it was our one chance to make you guys work a little bit.
But they declined, and we ended up riding as a 5-person group.
This climb is brutal. Climb happened, really hurt. Descent in shade, really nice. Water consumption, really bad. Need to drink more water. And yeah, probably pretty sunburned. Except for, given that I am descended from Jason Momoa, I will be fine.
What to be done? We got this. Joe is still in sight. We're still in sight. It's gonna be a descent sometime. Or it goes up, must come down.
Tree. So I bet Sid and Macky absolutely obliterated their heads on that tree.
Well, now that we know what that one looks like, let's go back up and do it again. That was fun.
I'm gonna hear something really sad. I've only gone 10 miles. So I thought getting close to being done. But now I'm only halfway there. Actually less than halfway.
Outside. Okay. I gotta recover. What the heck just happened? I did not see this hole or mini gap jump or whatever you want to call it until I was literally putting my wheel into the hole. My brain just interpreted this as an inside line and a little lump that I could pump down, so I literally just pumped into this hole.
Please tell me you had the camera on for that.
Unfortunately, Joe was not filming, but creepily the Instagram algorithm later that day served me this video, and Joe confirmed that what happened looked a lot like this. How did I not crash? Well, a few things. This is the reason that we do a lot of strength training. If you have good body position and are well balanced on the bike, you can save a lot of situations like this. Had I been too far out the back of the bike, I 100% would have turned into a human catapult and gone over the bars here. As it was, I was able to push myself back up, get my foot unclipped, foot plant. I did get smacked in the face a little bit by this tree branch, and I ended up with huge bruises up and down both of my inner thighs, but both of those outcomes were a lot better than going over the bars. So while this was a total gaper move, I think it was definitely a pro save. All right, let's get back to the video.
Ow. Whew. No idea, that was something. I was not ready for that. Ow. My crotch might never be the same.
Ah, rollers! Woo! Woo! Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody cares, but I was riding along and I was thinking about it, and I'm really hoping that Macky's gonna get like either sunburnt or tanned through the holes in his helmet, because that would look hilarious. I'm really hoping it's gonna happen. Just doing these little monologues because it sucks and I'm going insane. So I'm just talking to myself, and I figure I record myself talking to myself, and then I'm not as crazy because I'm recording it.
At this point, the 5 of us had been riding together for close to 90 minutes, and it was clear everyone was being respectful of the effort that the others had put in, so we were basically holding position. Due to some confusion at an intersection, things had shuffled around a bit, but we were all still together, with Brent leading, and everyone had realized it was going to come down to a sprint for the stage win.
I had been trailing somewhere about a minute behind Priscilla all day. This means that I would get a glimpse of her in an occasional open section, but mostly I was just grinding by myself. Mentally, this is a hard position to be in, and it's tempting to ease off when your competitor is out of sight. But I knew how close I had been the past 2 days, so I decided to stay pinned just in case an opportunity arose. And then it did. I came around a corner to see her stop to remove a stick from her derailleur. As soon as I went by, I started going as hard as I possibly could in hopes that I could get out of sight before she was back on my tail. But there were still 4 whole miles to go, which, if you've ever done a race like this, you know can feel like an entire lifetime.
Stay focused. A long way to go. 4 miles. It's gonna feel very long. Stay focused. No matter what happens. Is that you, Joe? I was just confirming that was you. I'm dying. I didn't see Priscilla. It's kind of good. Yeah, but I don't know. It's gonna be rough. I know. I'm going.